Welcome to Gentle Yoga. I'm so excited you're here. And oh my gosh, I need this today. I've been practicing ballet. I've never done ballet before. Well, except once when I was really little, like 3. But since then, I've never done ballet. But I've been really enjoying the Miami City Ballet's classes that they've been streaming. And I'm so sore from a whole bunch of plies that I did on Saturday. So it's been a bunch of days and my body still hasn't recovered. So we are going to do some lunges together to stretch out our quadriceps. I need that. Hopefully, you need that too. So, thank you so much to my friends, to my fans who are joining me, who are here, showing up every week, coming to this yoga class, and allowing me to connect with you and continue to teach, even during this time when it's best to stay safe and not breathe heavily in close proximity to each other. So, thank you to those of you who are here. And what else was I going to share with you? I can't remember. So we'll just move on as usual and get started. For those of you who are able to pay, I thank you so much. For those of you who are looking to pay for this class, you can do so over at blissevolution.me slash no paypal.me/blissevolution or cash.app/blissevolution. So thank you. So let's get started. It looks like you're going to have some pets snacking and napping while we spend time together today. So that'll be fun for all of us. So we'll start on our mats, on our backs, facing the ceiling or the sky with our eyes closed. If you feel comfortable, palms are face up, arms are about a 45-degree angle from the body. And we're relaxing the entire body from our head to our toes. We're just allowing our muscles to melt and sink into the floor. Our legs are stretched out. There's about 1.5 to 2 feet between our heels. So about the width of your yoga mat if you're on a mat, and your feet can fall out to either side. And as we're here, as we're relaxing the body and the mind, I think Luna might fall asleep over here as I talk to you in my yoga voice. We'll start by inhaling and exhaling and noticing the breath, noticing any sensations in the body, noticing how we feel in this moment, and we'll just begin to completely relax. And as we breathe, we'll gently begin to deepen the breath to fill the lungs up from the bottom to the middle, all the way to the top. And then we'll exhale from the top of the lungs to the middle of the lungs, all the way to the bottom of the lungs. Luna's groaning, she's relaxing with us. Inhale, fill up the lungs from the bottom to the middle, all the way to the top. And exhale from the top of the lungs to the middle of the lungs, all the way to the bottom. As we continue to take deep breaths like this, completely filling and emptying the lungs, we're relaxing the body. We're letting go of anything that's no longer serving us. Anything we've been holding on to that isn't serving a purpose. Maybe it used to. Maybe it used to be something that was an important reflex or gut reaction based on the situation that we were once in. But we may not need that pattern any longer, so we can begin to let some of those things go. And if we notice competing thoughts floating into our minds, we can just imagine those thoughts floating by as if on a cloud. If we notice any sounds, maybe any dogs crunching on their lunch, we'll acknowledge it, we'll notice that it's there, and then we won't allow it to compete for our attention. We'll bring our mind back to our breath. And it's a good practice. It's a good practice to try these things with things that really aren't too bothersome or too distracting. To try these methods with some of the little things so that when we are bothered or distracted or interrupted, we have the ability, because of practice, to bring our mind back to our focus. So we'll continually bring our mind back to our focus for our yoga practice this afternoon. And as we continue to breathe and as we relax, let's bring our thoughts to something that we're grateful for today. No matter what is going on in our lives, there might be one thing that we can come up with that we're grateful for. Maybe it's something simple, like the fact that my legs are strong enough to feel this pain that I'm feeling in them today from practicing ballet over the weekend. Or maybe it's something bigger, like having somebody important to you who understands you in your life. So choose something that feels resonant to you right now. Something that you're grateful for. And we'll dedicate our yoga practice today to that thing. We'll bring our thoughts, our focus, and our attention back to the breath, back to the rise and fall of the chest, back to the air that we feel as it rushes in and then out through our nostrils. On the next inhale, we'll raise the hands up to the sky, up to the ceiling. We'll stretch the fingers wide apart. We'll make big circles with the wrists. A kitten. And big circles going in the other direction. Inhale, stretch the fingers up. Exhale, drop the fingers back towards the face. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, drop the fingers down towards the torso. Inhale, up. Exhale, fingers fall back towards the face as we stretch our wrists. Hi, Luna. Inhale, up. Oh, thank you. And exhale, fingers fall down towards the torso. Inhale, up. We're going to interlace the fingers together. Exhale, turn the palms out and up towards the sky or towards the ceiling. Stretch the palms up, maybe bending one elbow, stretching one palm just a little bit more, feeling those fingers stretch. It feels so good. Straightening that elbow, bending the other elbow, feeling the other palm stretch as we breathe. Very nice. We'll release both palms up, release the fingers, and release the arms overhead. We're going to slide the heels together, stretch the arms up, And if we'd like to, we can lift the hips. This is optional. You can lift the hips if that feels good or if you like. And if not, you can just keep those hips down on the ground and stretch through the heels and through the toes. We're going to clasp opposite elbows and point the toes. Oops, I'm having trouble pointing the toes. A little squished here in my living room. Point the toes. Flex the feet. Point the toes. Flex the feet, point the toes, flex the feet, point the toes, and then don't flex the whole foot, just pull the toes back. We're pulling the toes back as the foot is pointing forward. Nice job. We'll release that, bend the knees, pull them into the chest. Holding onto the knees, we'll gently rock from side to side. And coming back to center with one hand on each knee, we'll make big circles with the knees going in one direction. And then big circles with the knees going in the other direction. Nice. We'll place the soles of the feet onto the mat. Hands down and alongside the body. Scoot the feet in to a place that feels comfortable for you. And we'll inhale, lift the hips, lift the pelvis. If you'd like to come up a little bit higher, slide those shoulder blades together underneath the body and lift just a little bit more. Use those quadriceps. I guess I didn't use them enough earlier in the weekend. Bring the chest closer to the chin and then drop the tailbone down. Bend the knees, pull them into the chest. Luna, that's the cat. Honey. That's for the kitten. We're going to bring the soles of the feet back to the mat again. Place the soles of the feet onto the mat. Slide them in close to the body. Hands down and alongside the body. Lift the pelvis. Slide the shoulder blades a little bit closer together if that feels good for you. Use the quadriceps to lift the body up into bridge pose. Inhale and exhale here. Notice the chest coming just even a little bit closer to the chin as you lift, and then exhale, come all the way down. Bend the knees, pull them into the chest. Gently rock from side to side. Coming back to center, we'll place the feet on the mat. Cross one knee over the other. And if this is a lot for your hips, if you have some injuries, if your knees are tight and this is difficult to bend into this position, just listen to your body. Do what feels good for you. But if you want a little bit more, you can bend both knees and pull them into the chest. And I know you can't see this, but the cat is now torturing the dog by playing with the cat toy. The dog is covetous, even though she has a million dog toys. Release the sole of the right foot to the mat. Slide the left knee out to the left-hand side. And again, you can hold it here if you'd like a little bit more. Reach through and around the right knee, pulling that right knee into the chest. Inhale and exhale. Drop the right foot. Drop the left foot, lift the right leg, cross it over the left, and again, you can leave the body right here, or you can bend both knees and pull them into the chest. This is great for the lower back. Remember to breathe, inhale and exhale, and remember, this is gentle yoga. We're being gentle with ourselves today. We're remembering, as we always do, to accept and respect what our bodies could do today. Every day is different. Dropping the left foot, we're going to slide the right knee out to the right-hand side. We can leave that knee right where it is, or if we want a little bit more, we can reach through and around the left knee and pull it closer into the body. Remember to breathe. Remember to inhale and exhale. And bring your thoughts back to that thing that you're grateful for today. All right, we're going to drop the left foot. Drop the right foot. We've got quite an active play session here with the cat making all kinds of noises. We're going to bend the knees, place the hands underneath the knees and roll forwards and backwards, up and down the spine. Yes, this is your favorite. And we're going to come to a comfortable seated position. Where's your dino? Where's your dino? So come to a comfortable seated position. And for those of you who may struggle with hips and sitting on the floor doesn't feel good, then you can always try sitting upright in a chair and keeping those hips in alignment. All right, we're going to practice releasing distraction in our yoga practice today. Go lay down, honey. Go to bed. Go to bed. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Go to bed. All right. You're a good girl. Okay. Yes. Good girl. Sitting up straight and tall. Inhale. Sweep the arms up and exhale. Sweep the arms down. Inhale. Good girl. Sweep up and exhale. Down. One more inhale. Sweep up and exhale. Down. Nice job. We're going to roll the shoulders. Inhaling, we'll roll the shoulders forward and up to the ears. Exhale, roll back and down. Inhale, roll the shoulders forward and up to the ears. Exhale, roll back and down. One more inhale and exhale, and then reversing the motion. We'll inhale, roll the shoulders back and up to the ears. This time when we exhale, we're rolling forward and down. Inhale, roll back and up. Exhale, roll forward and down. And inhale, roll back and up. And exhale, roll forward and down. Nice. Turning the head to one side, we'll line up the chin with the shoulder. Big inhale here. Exhale, drop the chin to the shoulder. Draw the chin across the chest. And inhale, look out over the opposite shoulder. Exhale, chin to shoulder. Draw the chin across the chest. Inhale, look out over the opposite shoulder. Exhale, chin to shoulder. Draw the chin across the chest. Inhale, look out over the opposite shoulder. And exhale, chin to shoulder. This time, drop the chin all the way down the midline of the body. Maybe even rock the head from side to side. Opening up the back of the neck. Relaxing the chin forward. Bringing the hands parallel to the ground. Interlace the fingers. Push the knuckles away from you. As you continue to drop the chin down, we're feeling that nice stretch across the shoulder blades maybe. Move the arms from side to side. Creating a little space back there. And then release the arms down, the shoulders come down, and the head comes up. Nice. We're going to tilt the head to one side, just dropping the ear towards the shoulder. Rock the head back, gently back. And tilt the ear to the opposite shoulder. Gently roll back. Tilt the ear to the first shoulder again. And then gently rolling back. Tilt the ear to the other shoulder. Thank you for this gift of a dinosaur. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is bending from side to side, stretching out the sides. So we'll inhale, reach both arms up and exhale. Lean to one side. Inhaling and exhaling here. If you'd like to bring one hand to the mat, or to an arm of a chair for balance, you can do that. If you look up, we're going to notice the sky or the ceiling. So the arm isn't in front. We're not looking behind the arm. We're looking in front of the arm. The arm is in line with the rest of the body. It's near the ear. We're inhaling, lengthening through the spine, getting long and tall, and exhaling, falling deeper into the stretch. Inhaling, we'll come back to center. Both arms come up. And when we exhale, we'll lean to the opposite side. You can keep both arms outstretched if you'd like, but as an option, you can place one hand on the mat as well. And we're going to look up, make sure our arm is next to the ear, that we can see the sky or the ceiling up underneath it. And as we inhale, we lengthen. And as we exhale, we fall deeper into the stretch. Inhaling, we'll lengthen. And exhale, we'll fall deeper into the stretch. Next, inhale, both hands come up, and exhale, hands down to the sides. Nice. All right, from here, let's make our way to a hand and knee posture. So we're gonna find our way to a tabletop posture on the mat. So that means wrists underneath elbows, underneath shoulders, and knees are underneath hips. Now, my arms hyperextend naturally, so they tend to turn forward, and I have to remember to turn them in and turn them towards each other. So if you have a similar thing where if your fingers are facing forward and your elbows sort of go back towards your body and the front of your elbow is facing forward, just roll those elbows so that the inside of the elbows are facing each other, and then you know you're in the right posture for this hand and knee posture. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. You're probably fine. So we just want to protect from injury, and that's one way, is not by overextending or hyperextending. So by making sure that we've got that stable base. So from here, we're going to drop the belly down. We're going to arch through the spine. Look up if it feels good for the neck. If it does not feel good for the neck to look up, just gaze forward. We're going to take a big inhale here in cow posture. And as we exhale, we're going to find our way to cat posture, pulling the middle of the belly up. The middle of the back comes up. We bring the shoulders and hips closer together. We exhale here. We inhale, drop the belly down. Look up, draw the shoulders back and down, away from the ears. Exhale. Bring the middle of the belly up. Bring the shoulders and hips closer together. Inhale, reverse. This is cow posture. And exhale, we'll find our way to cat posture. One more time, inhaling. Cow posture, shoulders are down and away from the ears. And exhale, cat posture, middle of the belly goes up. We're going to come back to a hand and knee posture. We're going to stretch one leg back. So let's say the right leg. We're going to bring the toes to the mat. Stretch the right leg back. So this is a half plank. Drawing the heel away from the body, planting the toes firmly onto the mat. Inhale and exhale here. We'll draw that knee back to center, back to our hand and knee posture. Drop the left toes to the mat. Slide the foot away from you, coming into half plank on the opposite side. And if you would like to find your way to full plank, go for it. But for the rest of us, we're going to drop the left knee, slide the right heel back and away from the body, half plank on the right side. You can leave those toes down or work toward lifting that leg. Drop the toes if they're up, drop the knee back to center. We're going to stretch the left foot away. The left heel stretches away, half plank on the left side or full plank if you'd like. And wherever you are, see if you can lift that left foot up. We're keeping the foot flexed. Inhaling and exhaling here. dropping the toes back down, and then dropping the knees to center. One more time on the right hand side. We're stretching the right heel away. Let's see if we can lift that leg up. Drop the leg down. And the knee comes down, back to our hand and knee posture. We're going to stretch the left leg back, heel reaches away from the body. Lift the left leg up. Drop the toes and drop both knees back into your hand and knee posture. Very nice. We're going to sit back on the heels, stretch the arms forward, bring the forehead to the mat. Inhale and exhale here in child's pose. You can modify this child's pose to be more comfortable for you. If you need more space between the knees for the body, you can walk the knees out just a little bit and drop the body down in between them. If it feels like a lot to have the arms stretched forward, you can walk them back down by the feet and put them hands up. If you need a blanket or something, maybe between the knees and the body, or to rest the head on, that's another option. So do what feels good for you. In child's pose, this is a nice resting pose. And of course, if you need to take a drink of water, now's a good time, or any time is a good time during our yoga practice together. So we'll come back to our tabletop posture, back to our hand and knee posture. We're going to lift the left knee and step the foot between the hands. So we're lining up the toes with the fingers. We're going to slide the right leg back. So we went from a hand and knee posture. We're now going to a lunge. We want to sink the hips down. Hands are in line with the toes. And we'll inhale, look up or forward. Inhaling and exhaling. Leaving that knee on the mat. And then we're going to come out of this lunge. Place the left knee on the mat. We can walk that right knee forward a couple of inches. And now we're going to walk the right foot up between the hands, lining up the toes and the fingers. Draw that left knee back so that we can sink the hips down into our lunge. And when we do this, you feel that nice quadriceps stretch. Inhale and exhale here. Look up if it feels good for you. The knee is inside the arm, as you can see here. And Luna's fallen asleep after her shenanigans. We're going to drop the right knee to the mat. Scooch the left knee forward so that we're in a hand and knee posture. We're going to sit back on the heels, bring the forehead to the mat for a brief child's pose, and then lift the body up. We're going to bring the left foot between the hands. Scooch the right knee back. Slide down into the lunge just a little bit, and you can hold it here if you'd like a little bit more. You can hold onto the knee. We're continuing to sink the hips down, and maybe even push the knee away from you as you arch back and gently look up. This might feel like an intense stretch, so if it does, gently move back forward and drop the hands down to the mat if you need to come out of it. So do what feels good for you. And remember to listen to your body. We're sinking into the hips so that we feel that nice quadriceps stretch. And now we'll drop the hands to the mat, fingers lining up with the toes. Drop the left knee, scoot the right knee forward to meet the left. We're going to bring the right foot forward, line up the toes with the fingers, and scoot the left knee back a little bit so that we can sink down into the hips. And again, you can hold it here, or if you'd like, you can find your balance on that knee. Continue sinking the hips down. And you can even just hold it here, straight up, or you can push the knee away from you, gently arching back and looking up. And remember to come out of the pose at any time if you need to. Bringing the body forward, we'll drop the hands down, drop the right knee down, and the left knee down. We'll sit back on the heels, drop the forehead to the mat. Inhale and exhale, grab a drink of water if you need to. Coming back to our hand and knee posture, we're going to slide the left foot up between the hands, line the fingers and the toes up. We're going to tuck the right toes and reach the heel away from the body. So we're finding ourselves in a high lunge. Turn towards the knee. Lift the left hand up. Inhale and exhale here. Drop the left hand down. Fingers are lined up with the toes. Drop the right knee. Drop the top of the foot. We're going to bring the left knee to the mat, scoot the right knee forward just a couple of inches. Lift the right foot. Place the toes in line with the fingers. Tuck the left toes. Push that heel away from you as you straighten the left leg. Turn the body to the right. Drop the left shoulder. As the right shoulder comes up, the hand floats up as well. If the neck is bothering you, gaze forward. If it feels good, gaze up past the thumb. Inhale and exhale. Don't forget to breathe. Drop that hand back down to the mat. Drop the knee. Drop the right knee to the mat. Scoot the left knee just a couple of inches forward. Sit back on the heels. Bring the forehead to the mat. Palms face up next to the feet. Inhale and exhale here. Take a few deep breaths. Resting the body. Nice. We're going to lift the body and let's come to a standing position. All right. I'm sweating. I don't know if you guys are sweating. That was a lot. I hope it's gentle enough and you're being gentle enough with yourselves during our gentle yoga practice today. So from here, let's start with mountain pose. So feet about hip width apart. Toes are facing forward. We're going to lift the toes, stretch them out, drop them down. We've got now a very firm base on both feet. I want you to be careful with your knees. Don't lock the knees. We're going to keep a gentle bend in the knees, but what we are going to do is activate every muscle in the body, moving up from the calves, the shins, up through the thighs. We're going to gently scoop the tailbone forward, pointing the tailbone down. So the pelvis is scooping forward. We're activating the abdomen, the chest, all the muscles up and down the spine, the obliques. We're activating the forearms and the upper arms, the shoulders, the neck. We're engaging all the muscles, and we feel very strong in this stance, in this mountain pose. If somebody were to come up to us and try to push us over, we would probably hold pretty firm. We feel very strong in this stance. Shoulders are back and down, chin slightly raised. And then we're going to relax the pose, relax the body, relax all the muscles in the body. Shake it out a little bit. You feel a big difference now. And then we'll do mountain pose one more time. So finding that hip width apart with the feet. And that's sometimes a little bit closer than people tend to think. So some people are doing this for hip width. That's more shoulder width if you think about your shoulders going down versus your hips going down. So about hip width apart, toes are pointing forward. Let's lift them up, stretch them out, wiggle them around. When was the last time you did that? Drop them down. And now we have a really firm base in both of our feet. We're activating the muscles from the bottom to the top. So we're activating all the muscles in our legs. We're gently scooping our pelvis forward, dropping the tailbone down. We're activating the muscles across the abdomen, the chest, all the way up the spine, the sides of the body, the forearms and the upper arms, the chest, the shoulders, and the chin's gently lifted. The shoulders are back and down. If we need to slightly adjust, then we do that. We want to feel comfortable in mountain pose. Inhale and exhale here. And then relax that pose. Shake it out. Nice job, guys. It's deceiving. It looks like you're not doing anything, but you know you are really activating every muscle in the whole entire body. So let's try balancing. I'm going to grab a chair so that you can do the same if there is something nearby that you want to hold on to. And to demonstrate that, you know, if you want to hold on to something, it might be a chair, it might be if you have a wall nearby, how to do some of these poses without like leaning, but with using it as a sturdy base for you. So make sure it's not on wheels. So what I like to do is have my standing leg be opposite the chair. So my leg that's going to be bending or lifting can be in between the standing leg and the chair. So let's try tree. So we can turn the foot out to the side. So whichever foot is in between the standing leg and the chair or the wall. And we have a strong base foot. All those toes are spread out the same way that we were in mountain pose. We have a nice firm base. For me, it's on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, I've got my toes on the mat and my heel on my ankle. This is just a fine place to start. If you want, you can bring the foot to the calf, never directly over the knee. So you can bring the foot up high on the calf or even in half lotus position, up high on the body. Sorry, up high on the thigh or half lotus position in the crease where the body meets the leg. So from here, we're gently holding the chair. Now we're holding the chair just to ensure that we don't fall over. We can always drop that foot if we need to. But we're holding the chair not so that we're leaning on it or compromising our posture. We're still staying up as straight and tall as we can. And you'll notice that I'm using my fingers rather than putting like my entire weight and leaning on it. So try your best with this. Do what feels good though. So the knee is pointing out to the side. My other leg is facing forward. I'm standing up straight and tall. I'm lifting my chest. And I'll inhale, one arm up. Nice. Inhale and exhale here. It's like a half prayer pose with one hand up and the other hand holding onto the chair. And then we'll exhale that hand halfway down. We're going to stretch it out to the side like a T. And then we'll drop that hand all the way down. Drop the foot, and then you can release the chair. So if you struggle with balance, and this is something that I have often struggled with throughout the course of my life, it's very useful to use the wall or a chair to still utilize those muscles, to still get into the same poses, but not to mitigate the worry, the fear, or injury that comes along with practicing some more difficult or tricky things. So I've moved my chair to the other side. You can move your body to the other side. You could turn around if the wall is right here. So do what feels good for you. The leg that's going to be up off the ground is between my standing leg and the chair. I'm going to lift up the toes of my right foot, spread them out, drop them down, get a really nice firm base on the right hand side. I'm not clutching onto the chair and bending over. I'm just gently using it to stand up straight and tall. And I can turn the left knee out to the left hand side, keeping the toes on the ground and the heel on the ankle. This is going to be the most firm base in this tree pose. Or you can bring the foot to the calf, or you could bring the foot up high on the thigh, or in half lotus position in the crease between the body and the legs. So do what feels good for you. And we're going to stand up straight and tall, lifting the chest. Inhale, the free arm up. We're bringing it to kind of a half prayer position overhead. So our tree is lifting, it's growing, we're getting nice and tall. And then on an exhale, we'll come halfway down with the arm. So it's stretching out to the side. And then we'll drop that arm all the way down. Nice. We'll drop the left leg and we'll shake out the body as we need to. Let's do one more standing yoga pose since we have the chair with us. So I like to do one where we're bending the knee. So we'll keep that standing leg firm. We're going to get a firm base for me on my left leg, and I'm going to lift my right leg, reach out, hold the knee, flex the foot. Nice. And I'm pushing with the knee as I pull with the hand. I'm lifting the chest. I'm trying to keep the body in one plane facing forward. And then we'll drop that leg down. Nice job. All right. Other side. Sorry, Luna. So firm base on the standing leg. Let the other knee float up. Flex the foot. Hold just below the knee. Push with the knee as you pull with the hand. And we're inhaling and exhaling here. Very nice. All right, we'll drop that leg. I'll get rid of this chair. And I'll have a drink of water. Water break. All right. So let's find our way back to our mats. We're going to come into a wide straddle, slight internal rotation. So toes are pointing slightly inward, heels are slightly outward. We're rolling the weight into the instep of the foot. So rather than turning and moving the weight towards the ankles, we're rolling the weight in. Hands on the hips, big inhale. Nice and tall, exhale, come halfway down. Reach the crown of the head forward. We're feeling a nice stretch throughout the calves and hamstrings. We're inhaling and exhaling. And then let's fold all the way forward. Drop the hands to the ground. Allow the crown of the head to fall down. Gently nod the head. Shake the head, releasing any leftover tension from the neck. And see if you can walk the hands towards one foot. And then back to center. Walk the hands towards the other foot. And back to center. Walk the hands out in front of the body. Walk them as far as you can, stretching the back into a straight line. And then walk the hands back in. Dropping the head. We're going to bend the knees and gently roll up. Rolling the shoulders back and down. Now we're going to change the rotation on the feet. Slight external rotation. Toes are pointing out, heels are slightly inward. We're going to sink down, dropping the tailbone down, bending the knees out to either side. You can just hold right above the knees here, holding on to the legs, or you can stretch the arms out into a T and bend the elbows, hands facing up. This is cactus pose. We're dropping the tailbone down, the chest is lifted. If you've got that chair or wall nearby, that might be helpful too. We'll lift all the way up, stretch up, and exhale. The hands float down. We'll walk the feet closer together. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, we'll swan dive forward, flat back as you come first halfway down, and then all the way down. We'll curve through the spine. And we'll just swing from side to side here. Clasp opposite elbows, gently rock back and forth. Turn the body to one side. Come back to center. And turn the body to the other side. And come back to center. Let the arms float down. Bend the knees and roll up. Roll the shoulders back and down, and the chin comes up. Nice job. All right. Let's find our way down to the mat, onto our backs for some final stretches before final relaxation. Inhaling the right foot up. We're gonna either inhale the leg straight or inhale the knee bent, pulling the knee into the body. So do what feels good for you. We're inhaling right, point the toes, flex the foot, point the toes, and exhale down. Inhaling left, point, flex, point, exhale down. Inhale right, point, flex, point, exhale down. Inhale left, point, flex, point, exhale down. Inhale right, point, flex, point, exhale down. Inhale left, point, flex, point, exhale down. Inhale the right. Once again, we're going to just keep pointing and flexing that foot. Then circle the foot in one direction. And reverse. Circle the foot in the other direction. Bend the knee if it's not already bent. Pull that knee into the chest. Flex both feet. Lift the forehead towards the knee. And as an option, you can lift the left knee just a couple of inches off the mat. We're massaging the internal organs with the breath, the GI system. Drop the head and straighten the right leg up to the sky. You can clasp hands behind the back of the leg, just stretching the leg upwards. Or if you need more of a stretch, you can walk the hands up the leg towards the ankle, pulling the leg closer to the body. And wherever you are, we're going to release that stretch and bend the knee. With the first two fingers and thumb of the right hand, we're going to wrap it around the big toe. Drop the knee out. to the right hand side. You can leave that knee bent. You can work towards straightening the leg. So do what feels good here. And then we'll come back to center. Release the toe. Place the foot on top of the left knee. Now we're not putting any pressure on that knee. We're just using it as a point of reference. Stretch the right arm out to the right. Turn the head to the right and pull the knee down to the left-hand side. We're making our way into a spinal twist, another great pose for the lower back. We'll release that stretch, come back to center. Inhale that leg up, either bent or straight. And exhale that right leg down. We're inhaling the left leg again, either bent or straight. We're going to point and flex that foot. Make big circles going in one direction. And reverse. Bend that knee, pull it into the chest. Lift the forehead up to the knee. And as an option, you can lift the right leg up a couple of inches. Deep breaths into the abdomen, massaging the internal organs and the GI tract. We're dropping the head, releasing the leg. Try to straighten that leg up towards the ceiling. You can clasp behind that leg to help hold it up. Inhale and exhale here. If you'd like a little bit more, you can walk the legs up towards the ankle, pulling the leg closer to the body. Elbows are coming out to either side. This is spider pose. Releasing that stretch, drop the head and shoulders. Bend the knee, reach for the toe, first two fingers and thumb of the left hand, wrap around the big toe, drop that knee out to the left hand side. You can leave that knee bent or work towards straightening the leg. Listen to the body, do what feels good for you. Bringing that foot back to center. We're going to place the left foot on the right knee. Stretch the left arm out to the left, turn the head to the left, and pull the knee down to the right hand side. Nice spinal twist. You'll feel it throughout the back. Releasing that pose, we'll come back to center. Bend both knees into the chest. Press the lower back down into the mat. Gently rock from side to side. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat and then walk the feet down the mat. Stretching the legs out. There's about 1.5 feet to 2 feet between the heels and the feet are falling out to either side. Slide the shoulder blades together underneath the body. Squeeze them together. Arch through the spine. Lift the chest up. Big inhale here. Exhale. Hold it here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Lift. Exhale. Release that stretch. Walk the shoulder blades out to the sides. Drop them down. Palms face up. Arms are about a 45-degree angle from the body. Head, neck, and spine are in one straight line. And if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. We're inhaling and exhaling, feeling the effects that our yoga practice has on our body today. Maybe we feel a little bit lighter than we did before. We'll take a few moments to bring our thoughts back to what we're grateful for, back to what we dedicated our yoga practice to today. Holding that gratefulness in our hearts, holding that thankfulness, and sharing it with the world around us for that particular thing. And we'll gently bring our focus back to our breath, back to the rise and fall of the chest, back to the inhales and the exhales. And as we inhale, we'll fill up the lungs from the bottom to the middle, all the way to the top. And as we exhale, we'll exhale from the top of the lungs to the middle of the lungs, all the way to the bottom of the lungs. Inhaling will fill up the lungs from the bottom to the middle, all the way to the top. And exhaling will empty the lungs from the top to the middle, all the way to the bottom. We'll take a few more deep breaths like this, completely relaxing. Join me in taking one deep breath together, inhaling and filling up the lungs. And as we exhale and empty the lungs, wiggle the fingers and the toes, begin to wake the body.